And welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to this series of videos on plant pathology. In this video I'll focus on a disease called grain smut of sorghum, caused by a pathogen called Sphaerotheca sorghum in the sorghum crop, that is sorghum vulgare. Sorghum is a very important crop grown all over the world, especially in India, and this is seriously affected by this disease called grain smut, where only the grains are affected. The other parts of the plants are not very much affected. Grain smut is caused by a pathogen called Sphaerotheca sorghum. The disease is caused in a crop plant called sorghum vulgare, commonly called sorghum, grain millet, jowari, which is grown all over the world as a food crop and also as the animal feed. Sorghum is also grown for ethanol production. You're seeing the beautiful ears of sorghum. Sorghum is grown in India and also in US. In India it is grown for human consumption, whereas in US it is grown for animal feed. Whenever sorghum is infected by the pathogen, the entire seed is converted into a spore producing structure called sorus, sori plural. You are seeing here the infected grains where the seeds are converted into sori. One more picture where the sori are present, which are replacing the normal grains. The sori are much larger than the normal grains of sorghum. Here again you are seeing the sori, which are replacing the normal grains of sorghum. Classification of Sphaerotheca sorghum. It comes under the division Basidiomycota, class Microbotryomycetes, order Microbotryales, family Microbotryaceae, and the species is Sphaerotheca sorghum. Infected inflorescences of sorghum. It's a very serious disease caused in the sorghum. In this case, only the grains are affected. The other parts of the plants are not affected. The infection occurs only in the grains. Grains will be converted into the sori. You can see here the grains, normal grains, and also you are seeing the infected grains where the grains are converted into a sorus. The sorus is much larger than the normal grain and it is elongated, which is made up of a sorus wall which encloses a number of spores inside. In the center there will be a sterile structure called columella in the sorus. Here the grains in which the spores are produced, the spores that are produced are called tyletospores. The tyletospores germinate to produce a promycelium, and this promycelium produces the sporia. Sporia will further spread the infection. The fungus attacks the ovaries and all the ovaries in the head are turning into sori, and thus the normal grains are converted into spore producing sori. In most cases, stamens are absent but the stigma is not transformed. The mycelium is mostly intercellular without haustoria, sparsely branched, septate and hyaline. The mycelium formed by the germination of basidiospores enters the host through seedlings when the primary mycelium of the opposite strain also happens to enter the same seedling, dikaryotic mycelium is formed through the anastomosis or plasmogamy and somatogamy. The dikaryotic mycelium grows with the seedling and produces the smutsori in the ovaries. You are seeing here the life cycle of Sphacelotheca sorghii. During thrashing, the teletospores are released from the infected ovaries and get lodged in the surface of the seeds. These remain viable for a maximum of 5 years. The teletospores germinate to produce the mycelia, which are called promycelia, which later produce sporidia. Sporidia fuse in paste to produce dikaryotic mycelium. The mycelium ultimately reaches the ovaries of the flowers, which ultimately gets filled with the dikaryotic mycelium. Individual cells of the hyphae round off, nuclei of the cell fuse, and the cells develop a thick wall around them. These thick-walled uninucleated diploid cells are teletospores. Large number of these spores are formed, which fill the grain, which is transformed into a spore sac or sorus. Each sorus is dark gray in color, enclosed by a wall of fungal tissue, and each sorus produces a number of spores which spread in action. At the center of the sorus there is a columella, a slender column of hard tissue made up of fungal mycelium. The sorus is filled with teletospores. Teletospores are smooth, globose or oval, brown in color, or sometimes they appear dark brown in color. After releasing from the sorus, teletospores come to lie on the surface of seeds and empty sorus with protruding columella that is left out. In the next season, the teletospore germinate in the presence of water. The outer exospore ruptures and the inner thin endospore comes out in the form of germ tube. The diploid nucleus undergoes meiosis to produce 4 nuclei. The germ tube becomes 3-celled and a promycelium is produced, and this promycelium later produces the sporidia. You can control this disease by using disease resistant varieties, seed treatment, fungicides, and also you can use the method of crop rotation. Thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you very much for watching this video. We'll meet again in the next video with one more topic. Thank you. Please like, share and subscribe.